Andrew.
And my name is Thomas.
Tom's a bit bummed out today because this video is about America. He's not been yet. But I've been twice to see an old school friend of mine who lives in Washington DC, and I can't wait to take Thomas. So are we planning a trip for next year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're planning 2 trips for next year to America.
But we were planning loads this year.
2020 was going to be a really good year for travel for us. So flying is a big thing for me.
And me, because I don't like when we take off and land.
Yeah.
Because it gives me a...
Do you know what's really funny, right?
What?
When I come into land, I have to have someone hold my shoulders, right? Otherwise, I bash my face on the seat in front. And in this trip, so I've been to DC a few years before, and it's an amazing place. It's really hot there.
Really?
I don't know why I didn't think of it as being hot there, but it's really hot, really warm.
But where we are at the top of the planet,
yeah,
it's cold, and they're even far top of us, and it's still really hot.
Yeah. This video is mostly, the first half of the video is mostly about Washington DC. The hotel we stayed at, it was really funny. There was a funny story for the hotel. I booked a hotel, and I like the Holiday Inns. And
I like Holiday Inn too.
3 of us that went. I went with your Uncle Michael. He's a really good travelling companion, Michael is. Really big and strong. My friend Aaron. But also, Michael's really good because he's travelled the world. So travelling with someone like that.
Has he really travelled the world?
He's been everywhere. He's worked in different countries. And yeah.
Has he worked in France?
I don't know. And then we've got Aaron, who's a carer, who's known for years. He loves America as well. He's really into his country music. And the 2 of them could lift me on the plane, so I could get into the toilet to have a wee on the plane, because it's like 8 hours to DC from London.
And I could just walk up and go to the toilet.
Yeah. And for me, even though I'm sat down all day long anyway, I have to get out of my airplane seat at least once in a long haul flight. Otherwise, it's really, really painful. So in this trip, we stayed in the Holiday Inn, and I looked it up online, and it was a suite, so you could have 3 beds in there. So it was great for the 3 of us. It wasn't that expensive, and I found out why it wasn't that expensive.
Why?
It's next to a massive train track, right?
And he even took a video of me up here somewhere.
Yeah, the train just went for and because we woke up in the middle of the night by the train.
He told me that the train was so long it went past for an hour.
Yeah, it was. And all through the night we'd hear ding, 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 ding. This really slow train, a really long freight train. I tried to film it, it went ages. And then there was all the commuter train traffic in the morning. It was quite annoying. It was quite a noisy hotel, but the room was perfect.
Did you hear the rotated? Yeah.
So I hope you liked the video of DC and obviously how we got the train up to New York, and we'll see you in the middle.
And DC.
On my way down memory lane, you and me long time ago. We were teens with tremendous dreams, always playing king and queen. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. Looking back about 20 years or so, when I close my eyes I see how we all were tripping with beliefs. Ooh, and our hearts were young and Cross the borders on Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. Cross the borders on Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, then we cross America. Drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water to this crazy melody, oh, and then we cross America.
Yes. Yeah, we got it. You got it. Yeah. We got it.
Good job.
Okay, you drive better than me.
Good job.
So that was DC,
That's how you got there.
and I think what's really funny is the first time I was in America, right?
Yeah.
I had this kind of like pinch yourself moment. I was just suddenly overcome with a bit of emotion, and I'm not an emotional person. Like, I can't believe I'm actually here. Like, little me traveling across to America. I'm on the streets of DC. I'm seeing all the cars. At
You're on the
noises,
other side of the planet.
other side of the planet, and me in the wheelchair. We don't travel. We're not big adventurers. We're not Instagram vloggers or anything. So
We're trainers for YouTube now.
maybe, but yeah. So I was kind of. I got the same feeling when I got to New York. I was like, wow, this is the Big Apple. This is what you've seen in all the
There.
movies.
Did you see, what's that big building called? The really tall one.
Empire State Building?
Yeah.
I went up the Empire State.
Really? Oh, can you take me there?
Oh, I want to take you there next year. So we only had 2 days in New York. So it was a 4-day
Yeah.
trip, 2 days in
Dad,
DC.
did you see the Statue of Liberty?
Only from a distance. I didn't go close
Oh
to it.
yeah, we saw it on the video last night.
Yeah. So I love DC. I love DC, but also I love New York. And one thing about big cities, right? And it's the same with London to a degree. Everyone says big cities are faceless and the people are nasty and they're just busy and they don't talk to you. I find being in a wheelchair, The same in London, same in New
Really
York.
nice.
People are really nice to you, and they move out of the way, and they make a big effort to especially going through Times Square. There were some bits when it was so busy.
And so tough to get people out the way.
Yeah, but
You even ran over someone.
I don't think I did.
No, in Times Square.
No, that was in Leicester Square. The one I was in
Oh,
London.
yeah. They're screaming and shouting and swearing.
Yeah, well, there's another video about that. So I hope you like the second half, and we'll see you at the end. And the rolling bit looks good. Yeah, it all looks like it's on a good level. The last bathroom we had so many different levels going on, it was quite hard to move myself around. But yeah, so all in all, not bad. Not bad. And we're just off to go and explore New York.
I found myself in New York City. I found myself in front of you, but I couldn't find the words to say to you, no more than the ones you knew. We wandered all of New York City. We wandered through her crowded streets.
So that was New York, and
I saw.
you know what I was.
I saw the Empire State Building.
Yeah, but like, they say America is the city that never sleeps, right?
Really?
Especially New York. New York's the city that never sleeps. And we only had 2 days in New York, so we got there like 5, 6 o'clock, got to the hotel, had some dinner, and then we went around and did all the sites. I mean, we did like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning at the top of the Empire State Building, and it was still really busy, and we were going around seeing things in the dark, and we had a couple of problems, not big problems.
Why?
But we were in Central Park,
Yeah.
and when I planned about all the things I wanted to do in New
What
York,
with me?
no, before you, because this is my trip. I went with Aaron and Michael. All the things I wanted to see
And all the police.
were all things from the movies. So I wanted to go to Grand Central Station, I wanted to go to Central Park, I wanted to see all the kind of sights that you would see in a movie about New York. And so we did that. I mean, it's funny because we got to Grand Central Station and we weren't getting a train. It was like, we're just here to look at the building. This is a bit weird. But going out the Empire State Building was fantastic.
But was the view cool?
Yeah.
Then did you look up binoculars or something?
No, I didn't really look at that. You would do when you were there. But Central Park,
There.
Central Park,
When we go to the Empire State Building
Yeah.
and outside at the very top,
Yeah.
we should take my binoculars.
then you can see all the way. But at night, you can only see the flashing lights because there's lights
Oh,
everywhere.
but we could go in the day.
We'll go during the day, yeah, because you won't be going up there at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's fine. So, Central Park, and it was really cool because Uncle Michael and Aaron were on push bikes, and I'm zooming around in my chair, and I'm thinking, this is great, and Central Park, I've never been here before. And all of a sudden, I looked down, and my battery light was flashing red.
What? On this chair?
Yeah, we hadn't charged the chair last night. I plugged my phone in to charge and not the wheelchair. Uh-oh. So
Now what flashing light?
it flashes when there's no battery left. So I said to Mike and to Aaron, you guys keep circling around. I'll meet you on the other side of the park. So I'm by myself, and I'm zooming around paths, looking at my maps. I'm like, you can get across the park. And every road was blocked. I got to the end of one road and it turned into like a rocky path. And I was like, I can't go down there. So I went back again. Another path and there was steps. Another path, there was steps. Eventually we got a taxi from outside the park back to the
And
hotel.
Mike had to walk.
And it's really cool because, like in London, all of the black taxis are all accessible for wheelchairs.
Yep.
Even my wheelchair would just about fit in, even the oldest
But in-
black taxis, right?
But in the
Every
Vito,
single taxi.
but in the Vito ones you can't.
A Vito
fit in.
taxi I can fit in, but I have to bend over like this the whole journey and every bump my head.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
So in New York, there was loads of wheelchair taxis, but the only problem with them is they're really small wheelchair
Was it
taxis.
hard to find one?
No, we only waited for 5 minutes and we flagged one down. We used a couple of taxis when we were there, and it was a type of taxi called a wheelchair accessible vehicle where the seats fold up, the ramps come down, I drive in the back. Really easy, great taxis, but they only allow one passenger. And the 2 times we got them, poor Uncle Mike had to walk home. And we filmed him throughout, like through the window, like there's poor Uncle Mike walking home. And one of the time he tried to take both the bikes home, like just take the bikes back to the rental place. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I can't wait to take Thomas.
Oh, Dad, I'll wear my cowboy hat.
Yeah, so much to see and do. And
I'll wear my cowboy hat.
thanks for watching.
Wow! Got a funny tummy.